Hello folks, happy Friday. How you doing? Today I'm smoking Taste of Summer again. I used the last couple pinches in the can right here. And that's going to be it. Throwing it away there. I'm smoking in my new Magnum K Woody that I showed once before. Known as Birthday Pipe Number 3. There's the K Woody logo right there. Got a nice bit of graining. And as you know, it made my top 10 list of tobaccos that are my favorite. I forget what number it reached, but it was right up there in my top 10. And I'm enjoying it very much. I want to thank my new subscribers for tuning in, and hope you enjoy the chats. The quote of the day is from Mark Twain that said, "God invented wars so Americans could learn geography." End quote. Like I said before, especially for you newcomers, all my quotes can be cross-referenced by author of several sites on the internet and in books, of course. You can look them up to verify their authenticity. I like the shape of this pipe, and I have yet to get a softy for it, so I'm being very careful not to clench down, because I'm a natural clencher. But it's nice fitting in the hand. It's not ultra light, but it's light. Nevertheless, it's on the light side. But you know, some pipes, it's amazing how they make them so light. But this is an average. I don't know how fraction or how many ounces it is or anything, but I love the way it fits in the hand and in the mouth. I am hoping to acquire more of this tobacco. I have my local tobacconist going to call him and have him order some. Haven't been up there in a little while, but I always try to throw some business his way a couple times a year. And so this is one of the ones I'm going to order. Hope you're all doing well and had a successful week, whatever you do. If you're retired like me, one day is just like the other. Just got back from a little shopping. Bought a bunch of summer outfits. Hard to find bottoms when you're about a 56 waist. But I bought a mess of tops. One bottom, but we're going to go to another store for more bottoms. But I have enough shirts to last me quite a good while. Wonderful drawl on this pipe too. Just like sucking air. It has a moderate ball on the stinger. Actually, a little bit on the small side. So I can't place it pre-70, but it's pretty close to 1970. Between 70 and 80, I am placing this pipe. If you have K-Woodies, especially after 1929 or so, when they started putting the stinger in, I would recommend that you, at least every other smoke, you just, after the pipe cools down, of course, undo the stem and simply wipe it clean with a tissue, and to try to keep it free of gunk. Because they have holes in them, anywhere from 3, 4, 2 sometimes. It's good to take a simple one of those wire things that you use to truss chickens and turkeys up with. You know what I mean. It's like it has a curly Q on the end and just a firm wire. And run it through the holes to keep them clean. But if you've ever seen bought like say a as is K-Woody off of eBay that hasn't been cleaned, you'll know what I mean, with all the gunk in there. So it's good to wipe them down every third smoke, and that way your filament will remain nice. Well, some of them do reach a point almost of no return, where the stuff is so cruddy that we might as well amputate it. What I mean by amputate is, you notice a lot of K-Woodies, people sometimes just simply crimp that ball structure off the stinger, the metal filament, back to the threads. So it's easier to clean, and they don't have to worry about that, cleaning that little ball number. But I prefer to keep it intact and clean the way it was designed. The same thing with cars when I drove. I was never, well, I was a hot rodder in high school, but everybody is. You know, I had a souped up Studebaker Lark with the tinted windows, all that stuff, and the dice hanging from the rear view mirror inside, that stuff. But I always like to keep my cars stock. I never cared for like putting especially when I became an adult, putting crazy wheels on them. And I don't think anything looks better than the way the engineers designed the car. That's why if you see an old car and it's perfect, just the way it rolled off the factory floor, that's the way I like them. This pipe's going to go in my rotation. I've decided. It's a great little number. Although it's called a Magnum, so I guess it's not little per se. But it's a real fine pipe, and I've become very fond of it. It's got that little sizzle. You can almost hear it. A little crackle that I like. Which means that it's really going. Like I've recommended, you should sip when you're smoking a pipe instead of aggressive puffs. I find that I have to slow down myself because I tend to be an aggressive puffer, but I've learned to sip and enjoy rather than puff along like that. You get a better feel out of it, and a more relaxing smoke. Sometimes I like to leave the tamper, if it's big enough, in there just for a second or two, and kind of firm things down naturally. I detect a little bit of vanilla in this taste of summer. It's billed as having peach in it, a peach flavor. But I also noticed a hint of vanilla in my estimation. I've never read any reviews on it or anything. I'd recommend it. Very pleasant. And keeping to my habit of late, I'm sticking to just 1 or 2 pipefuls maximum a day, and I find that suits me just well right now. Okay, well, you know what that means, coming down to the end. Be good, take care of yourself, and by all means, happy smoking!